That's funny. I'm mad because nobody won't let me jack their internet. Alright, so there you go. What's happening, everybody? What's up? What's up, Dominique? What's up, Stacy? Keon? So what's happening, y'all? Did you guys log out, or you still on the charts? Because what time is it now? It's like 3:12. I logged out. I'm done. I'm done. I saw how the market was looking at it. I didn't like it, so I didn't even go back on. I just logged off and stayed off. But did want to do. I'm not gonna be able to do my recap later on from Starbucks. So I'm doing it now early. And it's cool too because I logged out anyway, so I'm not even on the charts no more. Keon said he's off the charts also. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it's like right now it's really doing too much. And just doing too much. Pretty much. Just doing too much. We had moments earlier where it was looking better, much better than it looks now. Facebook be doing craziness. Oh wow, that looks like it's blank. Jelani said he's still on, only practicing some things by observation. Okay. I saw somebody on there said that they took a bunch of trades. I think it was James. James Taylor was saying he was taking a bunch of trades in demo, and I guess working on something, working on something, practicing or whatever. Around lunchtime it was okay, but it still was jumping around minimum 2 micros. Yeah. Jermaine said, can the market move 1 micro and still move fast? Yep. Because it can move at a speed of 1 and do it more frequently compared to other times. So you're seeing that it's moving at a speed of 1, but it keeps moving at 1, like 1, 1, 1. Drip, drip, drip is different than drip, drip, drip. You see what I'm saying? If the drip is faster, you still gonna have it's not speed, it's just a higher frequency of movement. That's more so what it is. It's not actual speed because it's not moving faster than 1. But anytime that you see that, a lot of times it will turn into speed. If it does that, it ain't gonna do that for too long without actually turning into speed. So that's a good question. Yeah, that definitely does go on though. I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes, it does happen. So hold on, I don't understand. I think I'm gonna take that off the timeline. When I shared that, I shared this as a watch party on my timeline. The screen is blank, like it's totally black. I don't like that. If I'm seeing that, I know somebody else is seeing it. And this internet around here is terrible. Damn. Let me see. I'm trying to take it off. Yeah, but overall this week was this week was very powerful training wise, and there were some opportunities available for us, without a doubt, like without question. I'm about to move because this internet is really aggravating me right now. I'm about to relocate. You know how I do. I can't take it. It's unacceptable. I'm gonna go right over there. And it's so silly too with the internet. Like, I guess because there's so much internet in New York, like you literally, if you just move up the street, it'll work. You move back, like too far away, it won't work. Same damn internet connection. It's stupid. Like all I did just now is go, like literally go around the corner, and I guarantee you I'll get internet now. But now, see, now this right here is getting on my nerves. See how the sun is on this side? I don't like that. I don't like that. So I can't stay here. Hold on, where am I going? Where will I go? Let me go over there on the other side. Let me go over here on this other side. I need the sun behind me. Somebody was watching one of my videos last week, and they were laughing because one time I was doing a video, and you know in New York we got like street sweepers, so you got to move your car or for that side of the street that day when they doing the when the street sweepers come through. So I was talking about that during the video and like getting aggravated, so they were laughing at me thinking that shit is funny, but it's not that funny, man. It's real. Nah, I'm just messing around. Alright, so I should be good right where I'm at right now. Alright. Demetri said, can the market move at half a micro pip? I swear I've seen indicative move with the same price. The indicative is no, there's no halves. There's no half prices, but the indicative sometimes won't move. And the training that we did this week with option pricing, that kind of delves into the way that you can actually look at things when you don't have movement on the indicative at all, to get a feel for whether or not there's even any stability present in the market. You know what I mean? So sometimes you can't see whether the market is stable or not because the indicative is not moving at all. So for those times, that's when the option pricing exercise comes in very handy. When you do that, you know, you can see whether there's stability or not without question. And that's really what that's for. It's a tool. Now we got internet over here. Good. We rocking. All right. Whew, y'all don't understand how aggravated that makes me when the internet is acting stupid. All right. So I feel better now. But yeah, that's a good question. That is a good question. So what's you guys, I wanted to get feedback about the training like kind of this week. I would say like the last 3 or 4 trainings were very powerful. And I wanted to know if those tools were helping you guys at all. Let me see what Keon is saying. Do you have any recommendations on how to address an unexpected reversal if it happens? Yeah. Behavior will allow you to position yourself in advance of reversals. Like, the whole idea behind us waiting for everything to line up in the market the way that we needed to is so that you don't get caught up in those reversals as far as you being in the trade. Not to say, excuse me, that the market won't do that, but it's better for you to observe it happening instead of being in a trade as it's happening. You know what I mean? So you're better off, without a doubt, looking at that versus being in it, if that makes any sense. And I know that that does make sense. Everything that we do is so that we can avoid being in that type of movement in the market. That's what all of this is for. For us to avoid all of that stuff. Like, period. So anytime that you're seeing any type of reversals or any type of erratic movement that comes out of nowhere, you just have to continue to observe and to do your study to be, to make sure that you're staying on top of what the price is doing. That's all you really need to do. Stacy said, why do people want to talk to me when we're live? I know, right? Who's trying to get at you? Your coworkers, right? Jelani said, gonna watch them all this weekend. I was in and out of each live training due to work. Yeah, that'll be a very good weekend, thing to do. Like, I'll probably be doing that also. I've been watching a lot of the educational videos for some reason, like this week. The educational videos, as I was watching them, they were giving me inspiration to do the training. I don't know why, because those educational videos I did a while ago. But I was binge watching the educational videos, and that whole option pricing training kind of came into my brain space as a result. Like, there were little things being said in the educational content that just, boom, led me right into talking about that option pricing and how to use that as a tool. And it's a very, very powerful tool to use. Like, it's just powerful, because when you're using that, it's not like you're doing anything different. That's what we already do. You know what I mean? We already do that. So it's a tool that's going to help you. Oh, Stacy said I'm boss. Jelani said the one about the profitable business had crazy nuggets. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think I had shared that in the group chat earlier in the week. I had to share that one. That was one of the ones that was like inspiring me too. Like, it just was little stuff that was being said. It be them little nuggets that really get you going sometimes. Just constant reinforcement of all of this knowledge. Keon said, okay, the only parameters right now I've been exposed to so far is market speed, backticks, which themselves help out a lot, and I feel my accuracy has been about 80%, but I want to up my studying to get better accuracy. Any recommendations or videos on the playlist to practice with? If you watch 55 and 56 already, I would say to watch them again this weekend. As a matter of fact, do 55, 56, then do 175, 193, and 202. So that's 5. 55, 56, 175, 193, and 202. In that order. And just kind of put them on rotation. So like when you watch them again. Start from 55 and go all the way up to 202 with those 5 videos. Watch them again. And just repeat that this weekend. Benito, what's happening? What's up, Jay Carly? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get on later, so I just came on to knock it out now while I got time to do it. So I'm not going to be able to do my normal from Starbucks later on, so just getting it in where I can fit it in, you know? Yeah, but that'll work. That will work. That will work. Let me see. Stacy said this weekend I'll be watching the one from last night. Yep. Keon got the plan in motion now. Very good. Yeah, that's gonna set you up very nicely for when we come back on Sunday. You come back and you'll feel refreshed because I know what you're asking as far as the precision. I know exactly what you mean. It's different, and so many students have done that. Like before they actually got into training, they were watching my videos on YouTube, the ones where I take trades. So a lot of times, not even a lot of times, pretty much all the time, they're trying to emulate what they see me doing in those videos. But it's difficult because you get a glimpse of it, but you don't know exactly what it is until you get into training. You see what I'm saying? Then when you come in training, you're like, that's what it is. And the light bulbs start coming on and you want to have, it's like you want to just accelerate and go straight to where you're going to end up being anyway. So it's just a matter of training. It's just a matter of absorbing the information and really just the repetition of the training. That's really what is going to increase your skill level. You know what I mean? So, and I know that you're not rushing, but I'm going to say it anyway. Just don't rush the process. You know what I mean? Just take your time and let it come. Because everything's going to come to you. It's going to come to you. This is not something that you really have to force to happen. Being in this environment, by default, it's going to happen. And the more important aspect of what goes on is really that you're just working on yourself pretty much all the time. So the self-work is what helps you to have the right mindset to be ready when those light bulbs come on so that you don't, kind of get off balance and start doing extra stuff once you start to realize what it is. And some people are going to do it anyway. Like some people, they'll get excited about it. Next thing you know, they on the demo. Next thing you know, they in a live account. It's like, why are you live already? You know what I'm saying? You need to practice more on demo. Even when you feel like you really have it, you still need to practice on the demo account for a while. My recommendation is in your demo account, you need to go 45-0. Like you need to be able to take 45 trades and win them. 45 trades over time and win your trades. When you do that, that's a good barometer to use, or a good benchmark to use to gauge whether or not you are really improving. Because it's one thing when you are exposed to the training and you get light bulbs coming on, and then it's another thing to actually execute and demonstrate what you're being trained to do. You know, there's a difference between those two things. So I know that people have a hard time sometimes with trying to execute consistently, because that's what it is. And I had made a video too that was talking about that specifically, like talking about the phases that you go through. The first phase is your educational phase. Then when you go through the next phase, it's going to be the demonstration phase, where you have to prove that what you have learned, you're able to actually do, because that's not a one part thing. Like, it's not just cut and dry where it's like you learn it and then you do it. It's you learn it and then you're learning how to be patient yourself. So it's so many layers to it. Not only are you grasping the knowledge in order to have the skill, but you're also working on yourself personally in order to demonstrate the skill. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like if you have this training, but you have no patience, you won't be consistent. You're not going to be consistent because you still haven't developed the patience that you need to demonstrate the skill. But you'll get there. You will get there. You know, so I've been observing before I was training. I got the mental training before paying. Now I'm using the mental training and the strategic training, and it's turning into gold. Exactly. See, and it's good for you because you knew in advance that that's what you would need to do anyway. So you were already preparing in advance. And that's what's going to make your transition that much easier, where you'll just be able to go right into it seamlessly because you've already been working on yourself in advance. Stacy said, this is something you do not just get it overnight. It takes time. Yep. And then even after you get it, you still got to train. That's why I always bring it back like to me and how I train. The way I train is ridiculous. Like it's obsessive. It is. Like I'm not afraid to admit that. I say that and I'm glad to say it. I'm obsessed about it. Like I'm obsessed with the training. I'm obsessed with the knowledge and the skill. And that's why that's all I do. I don't do anything else. Anything else that I do is for, just regular stuff that's outside of the market. But when it comes to working and putting in time and work and all of that, non-stop, man. Literally non-stop in my sleep. I woke up this morning. When I woke up this morning, I was dreaming. What was I dreaming about? Option pricing. In my dream, I'm trading. Like, that's how you know that it's really sinking into your subconscious level, where you start dreaming about it. You dreaming about it. And I know, some will probably argue, well, that's not healthy that you do that. Well, if you think about it, you do that, and you're going to do that with something, aren't you? People just choose to do it with other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and that is not going to produce anything for them, productively. For me, it's this. I'm glad to do it because the fruit of it is going to be me being able to execute when it comes time to trade, when it comes time to study. I'm able to just do it. Just look at how the training was this week. We literally were looking at, or I should say, looking on the platform with no chart open, no chart. And we were studying the market and interpreting the market without a chart. Like, you realize what level of skill that it takes for you to be at that level? That is insane. That's insane. You know what you're looking at, and you don't even got a chart up. Come on, man. Come on. That's what being obsessive about it leads to that ability. It's a whole nother level, man. Whole nother level. Yep, entirely, an entirely other level. It's crazy. I'm giving up on this internet on this laptop. Forget it. I thought I had it, but I ain't got it. Yep, Stacy said that's the best way. Definitely is. Definitely is. Let me try one more thing. I'm going to try to move one more place. Goodness gracious. Can't believe the internet doing me like this today. I'm going to move down on this other block to my other spot. See what this one looking like. It's going to be my last move. Alright, let me come right over here. Right by the park. Doing it in the park. Doing it after dark. Oh yeah. Rock Creek Park. Oh yeah. What you know about that? You know about Rock Creek Park? Alright, let's see how this is looking over here. Come on, internet. And it acting stupid. Alright. Ugh. Kevin said he ain't see my seatbelt. Me neither. He said my beads with a seatbelt. Y'all are crazy. Alright. Finally, some intranet. Sheesh. This is crazy, man. Things I gotta go through to get some internet around here. Alright, so let me see where y'all at. Alright, cool. Now I can see the watch party at least. Jeez. I couldn't see no comments over there. Jay Carly said her break is over. Alright, I see who's in here. Steve, Jeffrey. I see Melissa. Alright, I don't know if they're still in there or not, but I see that they were in there at one point. Let me see who's on this other one. Let me see who's in this one. Alright, I don't see nobody in this one. Oh, Jay Carly was in this one. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. And this the watch party is weird too, because it says you skipped ahead in the video. I don't even know what that means. I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't touch nothing. So I don't know. I didn't even know you could skip ahead. What does that mean? Alright, well, whatever. What's up, Nick? Yeah, so anyway, great week. Very good week. And actually a lot happened this week now that I actually think about it, because I had a terrible cold and I literally had to recover from that. And it took me like 3 days to recover. And I just had to stay in the bed. You know, just had to stay in the bed. Get rid of that thing. What's good, Nick? Everything is good, man. Just doing this recap early because I ain't gonna make it to Starbucks later, so came on a little early, knocked this out, so we could talk about a couple of things. Yeah, talk about what transpired this week in training and in the market in general. So how'd you guys do, like, overall? I know I saw Stacy say she was 0-0 this week. I think I was either 2-0. I think I was 2-0 or 3-0. There were also some MRMHs on the chart this week. Actually, quite a few. Now that I think about it, I had to see MRMH at least 3 or 4 times this week. Some of the days where it came, there was no follow through afterwards, and you know that'll happen also. So it is what it is. Sometimes it follows through and it gives us that bread, and then sometimes it don't. Today was one of those days where it did not follow through, because we had an MRMH and then the market started speeding up. So it was a wrap after that. So Jelani said he was 1-0. Kev was 1-0. Very good. Very good. Who else? Who else did what? Oh, that's pretty interesting right there. All right. Y'all said about 3-1 for the week. Keon, when you watch all of those videos this weekend and you begin to understand what Mark's rule is fully, things are gonna open up for you. That precision that you were talking about earlier, you'll begin to understand that that's what it is that's gonna give it to you. Mark's rule is the answer to everything. Like, any question that you have, the answer to it is Mark's rule. Like, that's just what it is. So, as you navigate through the training, you'll begin to see everything kind of come into fruition and lead up to Mark's rule. Because just to put Mark's rule, if I had to define it real quick, it's simply when you observe the entire process that we use, the entire protocol, when you observe it for the first time, not even for the first time, but when you observe it in its completeness, every part of the protocol is fulfilled on the chart. in that moment for that binary. So Mark's rule gives you permission now to take the next valid opportunity that's presented that follows. You see? So Mark's rule is about the follow through afterwards that takes place as far as the actual trade that you end up getting into. So the prerequisite to any trade that you take is Mark's rule. And if you're not doing it that way, you'll see and you'll learn for yourself that you're decreasing the chances of being consistent by not doing it. If you wait for Mark's rule and then take an opportunity that follows after Mark's rule, that's when you're going to win your trades, period. Like what, and anytime that you take a trade that way where there's Mark's rule and then a trade follows, you're going to win because the market is giving you that trade. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to find it. You don't have to try to do anything extra in order to see if, you know, oh, this one looks good. Let me take this one. You won't even have to say this one looks good. You'll know what it is because the market is giving it to you after the market has already shown you that everything that we're waiting for is present right now. Simple and plain. Joshua said even the Mark's rule today was a little suspicious. It didn't set up as beautifully as others have. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. He said, how do I achieve happiness in life? Mark's rule. That's it. The answer to everything. Let me see what Benito just said. Where is it? I just saw Benito say something. Benito said, want to know this week? I got MRMH with the follow through. That's what I want to hear. Those words that Benito just said, that is exactly what I want to hear. Like literally. I got it with the follow through. Because you understand that the trade that you're getting is not Mark's rule trade. It's not the Mark's rule. You can't take the Mark's rule. Let me try to clarify it a little bit. You can't actually take the Mark's rule trade because you got to see the Mark's rule trade before you do anything. In order to see the Mark's rule, it means you can't take it. You got to observe it. So that's how that works. That's how that works. Keon said, understood. So I should have a goal for my demo account balance over time. I'm at 32,000. I want you to have a trade goal. I want you to start counting the trades that you take in your demo. And when you get to 45 wins with no losses, you have accomplished. You've made a huge accomplishment. Because what you're doing is you're demonstrating that you are able to follow the protocol and win trades. Like you can't go 45-0 and it's luck. Even on demo. You cannot take all of those trades and win them all and it's luck. That's not luck. That's skill. With just conditions of the market and backticks. Outrageous. And I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. One of the reasons why Mark's rule was actually even created in the first place is so that we could narrow down the times when the market chooses to do something different and you get caught up in it. That happens many times. Nicholas said, I'm not going live until I'm confident I will not lose. Woo! That is what I'm talking about. I need to work on my discipline. I want y'all to realize something too very powerful. Logging out is a discipline. That is a display of your discipline level. Literally being able to log out of your account. When you know that the market is not doing what we need it to do, and you just leave it be, team log out, log out. That is a display of discipline. Because you got to realize what goes on mentally. Every time that you're not on the chart, you feel like you're missing out on something, don't you? In the back of your mind, I don't know what it is. Every time you're not in front of the chart, you feel like, dang, I could be missing Mark's rule. I could be missing a trade. It's a psychological part of us that gives us that train of thought. And we have to shut that down by doing little things to psych ourselves out. Logging out is one of them. If you log out, you just get off the charts, log out of your account, and that's it. Don't worry about if you missed something. Don't worry about, oh, I got to hurry up and get back on to do this, that. No. Discipline. Remember that you're working on yourself. How are you going to work on yourself if you don't do stuff to work on yourself? You see what I'm saying? That's why I said logging out is a discipline. You learn how to do that one thing alone, man, I'm telling you, the way that's going to elevate your discipline is insane. Benito said, I only take MRMH follow-through trades. Oh, Benito dropping the nuggets. That's hard. That's hard what he just said. You realize what you're saying by saying that? I only take MRMH follow through trade. What he just said was that I'm only going to win. And that one statement, what he literally just said, is I'm only going to win my trades. Y'all said I stupidly revenge traded the other day. I won, but I punished myself by making myself log off and thought about it all day. Yep. Confession. And that's another thing too that's important also, is confessing what you do. Don't hold it in. Don't do stuff and not share it, because sharing it is going to open the door to you not repeating it. Let me repeat that. When you share, it opens the door to you not repeating that thing that you shouldn't have done in the first place. And you got to realize, if you're still doing certain things, you still have work to do as far as overcoming them. So that's why when you share, it helps you to open up the door so that you can actually close the door on whatever that is. You can't close the door that ain't open. Woo, woo, woo. That's hard. Can't close the door that ain't open. Oh my goodness. I don't know where this stuff comes from. I honestly don't. Yeah, but you'll do much less of that, Keon. Just the fact that you confessed it, and then you said that you actually took action and you forced yourself to log off. Excellent. Excellent. A lot of nuggets here, man. A lot of nuggets here today. I like what Nicholas said. He said he's not going live until he's confident. Listen to what he's saying. He said, I'm not going live until I'm confident I will not lose. Yo! Can you imagine? Like, just think about that. Think about that statement. That statement alone sounds insane. Like, you're not going to trade it all until you confident you're not going to lose? Yeah. I'm not trading at all live until I'm confident I'm not going to lose at all. That's how you put the work in right there. That's how you put the work in. That's hard. Whew, that was good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Just realizing of the 290 videos for training, it's ridiculous. And every training is different. And every training you get nuggets from. It's really remarkable. Like, it really is. I'm not saying that because I'm doing it. That's what it is. Like, I just gotta be honest about it. That's remarkable. Let me see. So I think that next week, I'm going to, and I kind of wanted to do that this week, but it was interrupted, by the trainers that went on this week. You know, option pricing. I think that was a very important thing to focus on while I had the energy to focus on it. I had mentioned something very briefly too about something else to build and expound on as far as those tools when it comes to the parameters, because there are elements of the parameters that you can zone in on that help you with everything. Like, it helps you to just see and feel the market with more precision and more accuracy each time. And you begin to not settle for less than the best. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, the language that Joshua used earlier. He said something very interesting just like a moment ago. He said even the MRMH was a little suspicious. You can't even say that unless you study the market. Because what do you mean by that? Like, how are you going to say, oh, it was suspect? You would have to know what a pristine one looks like to know what that, or I should say, to compare it to that one. You see what I'm saying? So you only know that through time, practice, and observation and studying. And that's why the more that you study and you train, it happens automatically. Like, you're not trying to force these things to happen. These are things that happen organically, just through the process of you training and repeating and rinsing and repeating everything that we do. You just get better at it. You get better. And it's also interesting that even though we focus, we don't curve fit. And I hope you understand what I mean by that. Like, although we're zooming in on certain things, we're still not curve fitting the market to a particular thing. We're using things and elements of what we do as tools to increase our skill and precision when it comes to dealing with the market. And that is insane. Because what it means is that, all right, you're not boxing in the market, you actually going with the market every time. Every time something comes into training that elevates us, it's not anything new. It's just more of the things that are already in existence that we use. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Fredo. Hi, Mark. Why usually enter trade close to 30 seconds remaining and the limit order is 17? Every trade is not like that. Many of the trades that you probably see me do in the Trade or Die Challenge now, you probably saw a lot of them like that, because the Trade or Die Challenge is something that I did specifically where I'm just feeling out the market without any rules. Just taking trades off of straight intuition. A lot of those trades also were not even at 17. They were at different numbers. Sometimes I was using 20. Sometimes I was using 19. Again, just feeling out the market. Now, as far as our actual framework that we use, that I train on, 17 is part of the parameters that we use, yes. The reason is that that's what the market revealed about where on the option pricing scale that there is a sweet spot. So it's not even about trying to get $17 a profit on the trade, or, you know, we're trying to get in at 17. That's actually used as a barometer to help with the precision of the entry into the trade. It really has nothing to do with 17. Even though it looks like that, it doesn't. It's not even for that. It's more so to assist us with the timing of the entry into the trade. You know, but when you're in training, you understand the dynamic of it. Like I'm explaining it just in general, but you begin to understand the intricacies of everything that we do when you get into training, because it's way more than what you think that it is on the surface. It's way more intricate. There we go. Benito said, train more than you trade. Let's go. That's it. That's it. If I had to give a final statement, that's it right there. Train more than you trade. Ain't nothing else to it. I dropped the mic right there. That's it. Keon said, you have created something beautiful here, man. Nothing like a strategy buy. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Yep. You know, I had, there was a time in my career when I bought everything. Like, literally bought every strategy, indicator, you know, training. I bought it all because I wanted to look at every aspect of what goes on and do process of elimination. I'm like, all right, well, if I do process of elimination, I'm going to end up with something. And what ended up happening in the end is that everything that everybody was offering, whether it was an indicator, you know, a series of indicators, a training, signals, it didn't matter what it was. It was always incomplete, and it was always something that was temporary. Like it would last for a little bit of time, and as soon as the market switched up, it was over. Like it just would stop working. I had indicators like that. There was an indicator that I had, that thing worked for like 2 years, but it was working during a bull market. As soon as the market switched up, turned into a bear market, it was over. That indicator was straight garbage. Like it looked like, it's like, why are you using that? Like an on and off switch. Like, boom. It ain't working no more. And I'm like, well, damn, how that, like, what happened? The hell happened? It's the same indicator. And then that's when I begin to put the pieces together mentally. I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing what it is now. Everybody's trying to conform to the market at the time. And you can't do that. I'm like, now I see what it is. You cannot conform to how the market is right now and then just build a strategy around how it is right now. Because when it switches away from whatever that is, what your strategy or your indicator or your signals are based on ain't gonna work no more. And then what? It's like, what do you do now? Now that shit don't work. And that's when I begin to realize that you have to actually become a student of the market itself. And I was like, ding, ding, ding. And that's when it all came together. You know, that's when, like, I had a very high level of success in Forex when I was trading Forex. I was trading short term, and intermediate term trades when I was dealing with the Forex market. One of the things that contributed to me not wanting to deal with the Forex market, it had nothing to do with the market. It had to do with the brokers. The brokers started acting up. You know, they started doing stuff and manipulating, you know, different things on the platform, making you lose trades that you should have won, all type of shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing what it is with you guys now too. These brokers is out here, you know, basically trading against you. They taking the other side of your trades on their platform. You don't know that they're doing that until you figure it out. And then once you figure it out, you realize that you can't beat them. And that's when I was like, nah, they ain't gonna just keep, you know, keep manipulating me and taking my money from me. So I had to dead all of that. But, yeah, now, you know, and I know I sound like a broken record when it comes to talking about NADEX in particular, but NADEX is like the saving grace, because the business model for one that they're using is not like a broker. It's not a broker. It's an exchange. This is an opportunity now for you as a person, as an individual with a level of market skill to take your understanding of the market and beat other people who don't understand what you do. It's a level playing field. Everybody has an opportunity to make money. Binaries are simple as hell to understand. Yes or no decision. You either buy and you right, or you sell and you right, or you buy and you wrong and you sell and you wrong. There's no in between, right? Level playing field. Everybody can win. And at the same time, you can lose too. What's determining whether you win or lose? Is it me? Is it you? Is it NADEX? No. It's the market. So now, if I know the market better than you, I'm going to get you. I got you. Because all I got to do is wait for certain opportunities to be presented by the market. Pow! Take my shot and I got you. You see what I'm saying? So, it's a beautiful thing, man. It really is. I apologize for going into that little rant. But y'all brought me back a little bit. I just started thinking about, like, just my career overall. And how far I've come, man. It's crazy. James said that's a good one. Benito, boxers do it too. They train more than they fight. Of course. Of course. You think about a boxer, all the boxer do is train. The fight is one night. Fight night. Everything that they're doing up to that point is training. It's hard. Stan said, and a student of yourself. Absolutely. Nicholas said, use your skills to give yourself signals. Bingo. That's it. That's it. Keon said, you should be proud of, this is not a rant, don't be humble about your success, period. Yeah, sometimes I talk that shit. Sometimes I talk some shit. Jelani said 36 minutes, sometimes less than that. Right, in a fight, right? Yep. Yep, you're right about that one. But yeah, I mean, it feels good. It really does, because what I'm enjoying about this journey that we're all on collectively, together, and that we're sharing together, is the fact that I don't have to feel like you guys are taking away from me and the success that I am going to have in the market because I'm sharing my knowledge with you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a icky type of funny feeling when you feel like I don't really want to share this with nobody because I want it for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's limited thinking, because it's like, well, you're only one person. It's millions of people. So even if you share it, for one, most people ain't going to do what you say to do anyway. Like, the majority of people just don't ever get to the execution phase of anything. You notice that? Most people don't finish stuff that they started, do they? Most people. So sharing is not going to be detrimental to me, and that's a relief to me. In fact, the fact that I share has opened the door to even more success coming. The training has gotten better. It's become simpler, easier for everyone. It's become even easier for the newer folks that come in. So now when brand new folks come in, it ain't even like it was a year ago, when we were like going through, kind of not growing pains, but it just was what it was at the time. And we had to work ourselves through the process, and it was more difficult to do because we didn't have as many tools as we have now. Now we look at all the tools that we got. This week's training alone, that one tool, has opened up the door again. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Stacey said, but you back it up too. Yes, I do. I try my best to, Stacey. Yes. Yeah, you know what I do? What I prefer to do, Stacey? I like to talk shit after. You know how people talk shit before they do something? Oh man, I'm gonna do it and this and that. I'm gonna smash it. I'm gonna kill it, man. I'm not gonna say nothing until I finish. When I finish, then I talk shit. And most of the time, I don't even have to say nothing because you're gonna talk shit for me. For real. Mustafa said mastery comes from teaching something. Ooh. Alright, I gotta. Here come the nuggets. Here come the nuggets. I gotta write that down. I'm gonna use that, Mustafa. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Did you see Stacey's quote today? That quote on my timeline that I put, Stacey said that in training yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it yet, but it was hard. It was hard. Find a purpose, not a plan, because plans change. Woo! You know why I get excited about like quotes and stuff? Because the quotes that we use relate to us. All the quotes that you hear me use or write on my timeline or whatever, it relates to what we're doing. It relates to what we're doing. I'm just seeing what you wrote, Joshua. Yeah, Jay. Yeah. JIFX was garbage. I think JIFX was doing binaries and Forex, right? If I'm not mistaken. Dang, I'm just seeing this over here. Where was this? I don't even know where all of this stuff is at. I think it's in 3 different places. So, let me see. Yeah, Stacy definitely gonna be bad in the market, and I love the fact that she taking her time. See that, like the ones you sleep on, and I'm not saying anybody's sleeping on her, because I don't think that. I know that everybody know. You know, everyone's process is different. But when you take your time and train, it is impossible for you not to become nice. Like, you're just gonna get to the point where one day it's just like automatic, like robotic. You don't even think about it no more. You know exactly what to look for. Market give it to you. Trades come, boom, money in the bank. No pressure. You're not forcing it. You're not worried. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Oh, she said that too, right? Right. She said, I understand it, but I can't explain it. She said that yesterday on Traded too. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I forgot that she said that. That was hard too. Yeah, Joshua said at one of the brokers, he wouldn't even get the chance to trade. They switch up the way they accept money out of the blue and then make the whole process a headache. Come on, man. See, we don't got them issues with NADEX, man. We do not have them issues with NADEX, and I thank God for that every day. Like, y'all understand, man. You make a withdrawal, you get your money a couple of days in your bank. No issues, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get your tax document at the end of the year, file your taxes. Come on, man. Yeah, NADEX is the only legitimate binary options platform, period. I know that there's another one. I think there's another one in the U.S. Forgot what it's called. But they don't they have no liquidity on the platform. So it makes it very difficult to be able to do anything. I forgot what the name of it is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But I believe that they're U.S. based also. I'm not going to say anything negative about them. But I'm just giving NADEX their props. I know. We know. We deal with NADEX, so we know what it is. I don't have to guess or wonder. And, you know, if there was anything that was going on that was not on the up and up, we would be able to see it because we're dealing with that platform. We're doing business with that company. What was that quote a minute ago that Mustafa said? He said something about mastery. I got to get that. Mastery comes from teaching something. Yeah, let me get that down before I forget. Mastery comes from teaching something. And I will give you your credit for that, Mustafa. Mastery comes from teaching something. All right, got it. Yeah. Jelani said, it seems to me that every time you think you're ready to take the next step, you learn something new. Stacy said, I really thought I was going to come and smash this, but now I'm like, nope, it's all about training. That's the revelation that you get after a while. And that's how most people kind of think about it at first, because especially if you see somebody doing it already. Like, I know that's one of the things that people say to me, and it's kind of funny to me that they say that, but they're like, yo, you make it look too easy. And I'm like, but it ain't. I'm like, don't think that I'm making it look easy. You know what I mean? So I may make it look easy, but look at everything I do. You see what I'm saying? Look at how I train. Look at my commitment to this craft every day on the weekends. I can't stop. Come on, man. Come on. Stafford said, get a regulated bank account or ECN STB broker and you should be good. Yeah, that sounds like a lot right there. Sound like a lot, but I know what you mean. Jelani said, like, here I am paper trading on live, just about ready to deposit and do the real thing. Then here you come with the option pricing. So I'm gonna stay back again. Right. I mean, and you already know everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. But I know one thing, and I'll say this before I get off. You will know when you're ready. And you also know when you're not ready. So don't try to fool yourself. That's hard, right? That's hard. That's hard right there. You know when you're ready and you know when you're not ready. So don't try to fool yourself. Come on, man. Come on. You can't fool yourself. It's just like trying to run away from yourself. You can't run away from yourself. You're you. Where you going? Wherever you run to, you chasing yourself. Can't get away. So at some point, you're going to have to deal with yourself. Period. That's hard right there. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming on. It's been an incredible market recap. This was good. This was like a nice little trainer right here to end off the week. Good stuff. Calvin said, I already have a deposit, but I know I'm not ready. Trying to tell you, man. The skill is more important than the time. The skill is more important than the time. People think that they're running out of time or they're in a rush to do it. Oh, I got to get this money. I got to get to the money. Getting to the money means to get the skill. When you have the skill, you have the money. Let me get out of here. I'll holler at y'all, man. Y'all have a good weekend, all right? Peace and love. God bless. I'll holler at y'all. I'll see y'all in training on Sunday. Everybody else, deuces.